Hello all Supernatural fans. Today I am doing a special video on a display case that I designed so people could display their supernatural items and or the airsoft. As you know, I did a video on Dean Winchester's 1911 airsoft that I had done up, and I really wanted a way to display this pistol. Now I know I'm going to probably have an airsoft that just throws into the trunk, and it's for fans to handle at shows and stuff like that. Now I think there was a comment, somebody saying, well, you know, that's a real shitty airsoft or whatever. Well, here's the thing, guys. I don't play with airsoft guns. If I'm going out to a range and stuff, I take the real thing. This is, I consider, a really nice airsoft because it has the weight of a 1911. It looks like a 1911. It disassembles like a 1911. And so you can get this into Comic-Con, supernatural things, you know. That way you are not handling a real firearm. So that's what I mean by this is a really nice replica of the gun. Now, how well it shoots and stuff, I don't know. And to be real honest with you, I don't care. I don't play with that kind of stuff. Like I said, my stuff is the real stuff. But for fans to handle and stuff, you got to go with something like that. So anyway, the box. You can use this for, I guess, your personable stuff that you've collected through Supernatural and you want to display. It is a wooden box. I can't remember the dimensions. I have them listed on my Everything Supernatural page. But this thing's actually got some weight to it. It's a wooden box. I'm going to come down here. It's got two locking mechanisms, clasp, and then there are these little slots there and there lock it. So down here you get two keys with it, and each key opens up the box, so you don't have to worry about, oh, this key goes here and this key goes there. No. So basically you have an extra key. This box, what you hear in a few moments, I'll turn it upside down, but there's two holes drilled in it so you can hang it on the wall. So you could actually take this. So if you didn't, let's say, because we know these things are expensive, I think the pistol, from what I have found, you're looking about like 110 for the pistol, and shipping, because I think they're coming over from China, you're talking about I think $20 for shipping. So you're looking about anywhere, just say 150 bucks. It's just easier to say that. 150 bucks for the pistol, and then the engraving's $200. So you got a $350 pistol. Do you really want people handling it and stuff at shows? Do you just want to display it? If you want to display it, this is the way to do it. Okay? Now, what I had my engraver do, now my engraver is the one that did me come down here, and he engraved Dean's pistol for me, because this is a metal pistol. And I wanted something for the display box. And my first thing was, oh, we'll put the protection amulet on there, you know, with the boys have tattooed on them. And then I started, you know what, that is done like way overboard. Everybody's got the tattoo of it, which is cool. I probably wouldn't mind having one. But all the merchandise, everybody uses that symbol. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I got to find something else that relates to Supernatural. So my brain started thinking, and I thought, well, this actually kind of opens like a trunk. So why don't we put the trunk emblems that's on the bottom of the trunk, this emblem here. I don't know if these three have to be together for this to work. I'm not sure of the lore of it. I don't know if it's real. I just know it's on the weapons box lid, or the trunk lid. And it apparently protects the boys' weapons from being stolen by demons and so forth. So I thought, well, that would be really cool if we could get this onto the box. And if you guys would want something else, as long as I can get the artwork for it, I can have my engraver do that. But this is what I just thought was really cool. So my good friend Rihanna did the artwork for me. I got it over to my engraver, and he did this. Now, you're going to notice the way I have the pistol displayed. I have it facing towards the left, that way. And so therefore I have the emblem onto the left side. If you would want to display your pistol facing to the right, we can have the emblem put over here. We can have it on top. If you just tell us where you want it, that's how we'll do it. But for the sake of purposes, I just thought it was better because you see more of the engraving on the pistol this way instead of the ejection port on the slide. So we went with the symbols that are on the bottom of the Impala's trunk lid. And then I just thought, well, if Demon can't get into that, Demon can't get into this. You know, a little bit of humor there for you. I've also just put in a couple of the Army men. This here is the Army man that was seen in Swan Song. This is the Army man that is seen in Baby. So I thought, you know, you could throw that in there. You could put other trinkets or stuff that matters to you in this box. You could put it around your pistol. You don't have to have the pistol. You could display something else. But the main reason for making this was to display the pistol. But I might throw in some other items, you know, along beside that as well. So the box just opens up. Let me clip these here. And I'm going to lay this over. Okay, so when the box is open, there is a memory foam cushion in here. This is all memory foam. And then this here is just like a piece of velvet. You have a choice from the engraver. I think the display box will come with either a red or this navy blue. Obviously, I just chose the navy blue for this demonstration. You could go out and buy like something, a black piece of cloth or red or yellow, green, whatever color you want in there, and it just lays over the memory foam. In fact, I'll even take out. So see, it just peels back, and then there's your block of memory foam. So now what I've done, I've just tucked it up in there like so, and with a little work you can make it all look nice and stuff. But for this video demonstration, so basically what happens is when the lid comes down on this, it pushes whatever is in the box down into the foam and makes the impression, and then it's nice and tight, so you can turn this upside down, move it back and forth. Your items in there are not going to slide around, which is really nice. The price of this box with shipping and everything in the United States, if you live in the United States, this is what it's going to cost you, and that is $105. Now, some people might go, that seems pretty high. But I can tell you my good buddy Super Dave had a box made, and he did his out of plexiglass. And it was just a square. No memory foam in it, just had a lid closed, and so he could put some stuff in it. And that cost him $100. Just the box. So that was no shipping, no anything. And then when he saw this, he was like, well, this is a hell of a lot better, you know. So I think the cost is really, really good myself. Based upon the quality of it. Like I said, this is a wooden box. You get the memory foam, you get either a blue or red, and that comes with the engraving on it. You can get the engraving anywhere you want on the box. You just got to let me know. And it comes with the keys. And now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back down here, locked it there, come over to this side, and locked it. So there, now the gun's locked in place. This is, like I said, kind of heavy, and it's flat. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, give me a second here. All right. So now I've got the box, and as you can see, as I'm turning it this way, nothing's sliding around. And then on the back of the box, come around here, put this down, is the holes that you can, you know, put anchors into your wall or however you want to do it. If you did not want to display it that way, let's say you want to put it on the shelf. Let me turn this back around. And you want to set it up this way. It's very hard to do this with one hand. But so we're going to do it upside down. So if you wanted to put it on a shelf that way, obviously you would turn the gun upside down, and you would want your emblem reversed. So if you're not wanting to mount it on the wall, that would be very beneficial for you to say, hey, I want it this way because I'm going to display it this way. But this is how I wanted it. And just so you all know that one of the original Screen Use 45s that I own Dean's is going to go in this. And I'm actually going to have engraved up here the original screen used, what episode, blah, blah, all that information. And that will always hang on my wall. Because that's not something that, I mean, if I want to bring it to a con, for a display thing, it'll be always locked up, and people can come and look at it and ooh and ah and whatever they want to do. But for me, it's locked up and I don't have to worry about it. And doesn't get dusty or anything like that, so you can always just wipe these down. So if you live outside the United States and you are wanting one of these, please contact me. And what I will do is I will get everything boxed up, and I will go to the post office, because it's going to be cheaper to send it through the United States Post Office than it is UPS or FedEx, unless it's going into Canada, and then, believe it or not, I think it's actually a little cheaper going through UPS. But if you're wanting that, what I'll do is whatever the cost is over the 105, I'm sorry, the price for this shipped is 105. Anything above that will just be added on to the price, and I'll let you know, and then we'll get it shipped out to you and stuff. But I just think this thing is really, really awesome. You guys can probably see right in there the reflection of my clock. This is glass. This is glass. This is not plexiglass, so it will break. You can't just throw this thing around. If you throw it around, the wood's going to get chipped and nicked and, and all that stuff. So please just don't think this is an indestructible case or anything. But it is a really, really nice place or display box to display the things that you've spent a lot of time or money on and that you're just kind of proud of. And it also keeps people from going, oh, I want to grab that, that way you don't have to worry about them dropping it, nicking it, breaking the grips, because the grips on these things are just plastic. And if you dropped it on a concrete floor, obviously they're going to break. So when it's sitting on a table, people can come, look, take pictures, and basically keeps hands off it that don't need to be touching it, in my book. So there you go. That is the display case. Like I said, really, really nice piece. If you are interested in purchasing one of these, I know there's a lot of people that had me engrave their slides for them for their Dean pistols and stuff, and you are needing one of these to display your pistol or whatever. If you want a different piece of art on it, please let me know. Talk to me. I don't think there's not going to be any more of an upcharge. It's not like, well, if you get this, it's this much, but if you get something else and over here, no, that's going to be the price. So no matter what you want, where you want it, it's $105 shipped to you in the United States. And like I said, additional anything what it costs to get it outside the U.S. But very, very nice piece. I'm very, very pleased with the way this turned out. Not sure I like the blue. I like it, but I think it's going to look better black. And I'm probably going to get a black piece of, I don't know, like velvet or something to put in there. And I think the black will just look nicer. If a person really wanted, you could tape off around your hinges down here. You could paint your box black. You could design it any way you wanted. If you want to put a little bling on it, you could glue jewels or whatever, on this. But this is the way. We're not going to do that. That is up to you and your creativity. But this is the way that you will get the box. Obviously, minus the 2 Army men and the pistol. But you get the box, the keys, and the blue or red, and the engraving. So, like I said, if you have questions, please contact me. Either you can leave me a message here on YouTube. You can come over to Everything Supernatural on the Facebook, which is actually the best way because I'm always talking to so many people over there. It'd be nice if I got like an alert on my emails or something that said, hey, you have a question on your YouTube video. It doesn't happen, and so sometimes it takes me a while. I think, oh yeah, I got to go there and check those videos and stuff because most of my dealings with people I deal with on the Everything Supernatural page. So I will leave a link to that below this video. That way you guys can come over there, check out the page. It's a good thing for the fans. I talk about a lot of different things. I cover the car, the wardrobe, the props, you know, you name it. I pretty much, if it's something to do with Supernatural. Now, with that being said, I don't go chasing Jensen Jared and putting all those like Jensen's down at his brewery or they had another baby. But guys, that's not what that page is about. It's just about Supernatural. So with that being said, I'm going to let this video go. Like I said, if you have questions, come on over to Everything Supernatural. Join the page. It's a fun place. A lot of good people over there. Everything that we deal with, we try to do as screen correct as possible. Sometimes we hit the nail on the head. Sometimes we're just a little smidge off. You know, I'm gonna, like, one of the things we'll talk about here just real quick on the pistol is this has a little lanyard right there. Now I'm going to actually remove my lanyard, but other than that, this pistol is pretty damn close. I mean, they could use this on the show and most people would never ever know it. So, but however, the pistols that they use on the show is a real 1911 that they use, and it's been modified to shoot blanks. So once it's been modified to shoot blanks, just so everybody knows, it can never fire live ammo. Now, with that being said, just because they're blanks doesn't mean it's not dangerous. When I went up to Supernatural and I talked to the weapons department, they told me, yes, if you're within close range of that, there's so much air pressure coming out of that barrel because of that. There's basically shooting a pressure out because of the gunpowder. And so if you're up close to somebody and you pull the trigger, you know, next to their head and stuff, it's going to kill them. So yes, there's just because it's been modified to shoot blanks doesn't mean it's not dangerous. So a lot of times, also like if Dean hit somebody over the head with the pistol or whatever, that is usually made out of, they call it like a jelly gun. They've got resin guns if they're throwing a gun and it's sliding across the floor and stuff because they don't want to damage the finish on the nickel plating and stuff like that. It's very expensive. So like I said, you know, I talked about things like that over on the Everything Supernatural page. I'm very wrapped up in, obviously, the Impala because that's what I do for a living now. I build just not Impalas. I build hot rods, muscle cars. Our niche at the shop is building screen-correct movie cars or TV cars. So it's a really good place to hang out, ask lots of questions. There's a build list over there, tells you everything that the show uses on their car. And I know there's been some debate out there that I'm telling people the wrong stuff. Trust me, I have no reason to lie about what parts the show uses, and I have documentation on everything that the show uses. My very good friend, I consider him my brother, Jeff Budnick, is the car coordinator for the show. And in fact, here in a few months, I'm going to be heading up, spend a little time with Jeff, going back up there, hanging out, and just having a good time like we always do. But trust me, all my information that I always reveal is always the truth. There are some people out there that don't want to believe it. That's fine. I don't care. But I can back up everything that I say. I can show videos. I can show photos. Like I said, everything that I say is the gospel. Some people get a little disconcerted about some of the stuff because they're like, they wouldn't use anything that crappy or blah, blah, or do it that way. Yeah, they do. A lot of things just don't show up on camera. That's like I tell everybody, if I actually built the car into the shape that they are in on set, everybody would say I was swindling them. And that's obviously not the case. But once you go see the original cars, you find out that they're not those beauties that you see on TV because the camera hides so much. So with that being said, like I said, I'm not in the business to rip anybody off or screw anybody or mislead anybody on anything. I will never do that. I don't understand why people even want to do that, but I will tell you what it is, and you know, and that's the way it is. You can accept it and go, yeah, well, that's what it is, or I don't believe you. Like I said, makes no difference to me. But if you're wanting the screen accurate stuff, trust me, you have to come over to my page and to get that. So, and then trust me, there's other people out there that know because they've come through me and they're good friends of mine. I've got friends all over the world. It's amazing. And some of these people, man, these fans, they just dig into stuff even more. I just dig into it from what the show tells me and like, hey, this is what it is. And then some people will take that further, and that's cool. I have no problems with that. I'm just telling you what the show used. The origins behind that, I don't know. Don't care. I'm just, hey, that's what they used on the show. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, I mean, I think it's cool that people want to take that further. I just don't have the time for it. So anyway, as I said probably 15 times now, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come over to Everything Supernatural, and I hope to hear from everybody. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.